Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Humaira binti Nasrun. I'll be presenting my sequential study on Bukit Bintang, one of the most vibrant and dynamic areas in Kuala Lumpur. Let's start with a quick overview. As shown in the key plan and location plan, Bukit Bintang is centrally located and is known as a commercial and lifestyle hub. It's especially famous for shopping, nightlife, and modern architecture, making it a perfect subject for urban design analysis. Moving on to the sequential route, I explored the pedestrian experience starting from Pavilion Hotel at Jalan Raja Chulan and ending at CIMB Bank at Jalan Bulan. This journey is broken down into several segments um, labeled clearly on the map and matched with the real site images. We begin at point A, the origin located around Pavilion Hotel. The area is clean and modern, surrounded by high-rise buildings that reflect the luxury and elegance of this zone. The streets here are spacious, lined with trees and designed with pedestrian walkways. As we move to Zone B, we see more transitional spaces. Point P1 marks an important visual corridor. The surrounding buildings, uh, the surrounding buildings are covered with walkways guide pedestrian flow smoothly. At content point C1, we capture the quieter and more formal character of Jalan Raja Chulan, an area that framed by corporate towers and less foot traffic. The next transition leads to point P2, which is near the entrance of Bukit Bintang MRT. This area becomes livelier with visible commercial activity and more pedestrian movement. So at content point C2, the urban environment becomes denser, reflecting Bukit Bintang's identity as a modern city zone. Overall, this study reveals how spatial and visual sequences change from calm, structured areas to dynamic, highly active urban settings. Bukit Bintang seamlessly blends uh, commercial life, and pedestrian comfort, making it a rich site for urban analysis. Thank you. Move to the next board.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Naim. Continuing with our serial vision, from the point that we have stopped, which was at Jalan Sultan Ismail, we will be walking until we have reached an open space before seeing Wisma Chuang. From the open space, the route continues towards Wisma Chuang, where the scene becomes more local and practical. The area feels more like everyday Kuala Lumpur, with offices, buildings, small food stalls, and tours all around the area. The culture shifts from global retail into a working city vibe, showing the daily rhythm of a local life. While continuing our walk, we will be revealed with a clear change to a more local, everyday urban culture. It highlights how different places connect and evolve throughout movements, reflecting Cullen's idea that cities are best experienced in sequences. Throughout the area, we have covered that there were one places that creates a sense of place, which has been pinned in a map down in the right as P4, and one area that brings the sense of content, which is pinned in the same map as C3. Continuing with our sequential, we will be walking from our previous point until we see our landmark, which is the famous crosswalk of Bukit Bintang or Lot 10. We will walk past through it until the nearing of Royal Park area. As you move from Wisma Chuang towards Lot 10, there's a noticeable shift from a quiet office-based setting to a more active and mixed-use spaces. The street has become more livelier and more foot traffic, local shops and informal vendors. This transition feels like moving from a behind-scene city zone into a popular public spaces. Entering the Lot 10 area, the spaces transform again, this time into a youthful and creative urban hub. Lot 10 blends retail with lifestyle, attracting a younger crowd through trendy fashions, street food, and pop culture. This part of the route feels very energetic, social, and layered with contemporary Malaysian urban culture. Compared to the past zone that I have presented, which was the Zone B, Zone C has two places that creates a sense of place which is labeled on the map, such as P5 and P4. For the P4, the area is more calm and quieter with a simple building structure and fewer advertisements. Continue with our P5, which makes the places more vibrant, youthful, and more casual. For the content of the zone, there are also two places that can present as content, which is C4 and C5, whereas the C5 has a more colorful signs, LED screens, street performers, and food stalls. C4 has a narrow walkway, fewer pedestrians, and many vehicles compared to C5.
So, hello everyone. This visual represents a pedestrian journey along Jalan Imbi, heading towards Lot 10 Shopping Centre, covering the transition from Zone D to Zone E. So, we begin on Jalan Imbi, a busy urban street filled with uh, vehicular traffic and large-scale commercial buildings. As we move forward, the environment gradually shifts. You'll notice from the photo sequence at the top, signage becomes more multilingual. The streetscape more vibrant and the space more accommodating to pedestrian. The central area highlighted includes key urban features like the covered walkways, the Fana Cafe, and Lot 10 entrance, where walkability significantly improves. The presence of street vendors and shaded pedestrian paths brings out a rich mix of local culture, tourism, and informal commerce. This part of the journey reflects a transition from a more car-dominated environment, one that supports workability, accessibility, and cultural expression. It's not just about the uh, physical infrastructure, but also about how people interact with the space, walking, shopping, resting, and socializing. This shift showcases how urban design can support both mobility and place making, especially in a dense, diverse city like Kuala Lumpur. Alright, so moving on to uh, Zone E, which is Plaza Loyet to Jalan Bulan. So here we see a journey through Zone E, transitioning from the high energy retail zone of Plaza Loyet to the calmer back street of Jalan Bulan. At the start, Plaza Loyet is intensely urban, surrounded by a tech shop, fast-paced pedestrian movement, and constant traffic. As seen in the top and center rows, attract this area attract locals, students, and tourists looking for gadgets and deal. The signage is dense, the special experience chaotic but vibrant. Moving toward Jalan Bulan, the environment softened. The photos in the middle and bottom row show a shift in character. Fewer people, calmer street, and more breathing room. These are more There are more trees, benches, and a noticeable drop in commercial intensity. It becomes a cool down zone, less about shopping, more about walking and pausing. This contrast between intensity and calmness highlight the importance of urban transitions. It demonstrates how cities can create layers of experience from dynamic to peaceful, all within walkable distance.
Hi everyone, I'm the last member to present to you, and my name is Putri Farisha. Let's go, we continue walk Jalan Imbi to Jalan Bulan, but with me. Okay, right now we are in Jalan Bulan, so we start at the Plaza Loyat on these slides. Okay, you can refer image 158 until 163, which the left of this picture is a building Plaza Loyat and the right is the building Sungai Wang. The experience working here is loud, busy, however, you can feel the energy immediately. They have a fast food, gadgets, and people around. It's casual, chaotic, and full of life. And we go to a final stop, which is our destinations, CIB Bank. You can refer image 164 until 167, and finally we arrive at CMB Bank. Everything feels formal again. Wider streets and clean facades also have a bank and office. It's written to structure to the business world. You can feel transitions from relaxing to professional, from wandering to destinations. Okay, this work isn't just about the place. It's about the city feels you as you move through it, from chaotic beginning to the quiet reflections. Then back to the busy heart is a full circle of the urban experience. And thanks for working with me. Hi, we are at the last slide, which is summary of our journey. Do you still remember walking through with us? Hmm? Now, right? That's why we have a summary to give you to recall experience that we start from to Jalan Sulan. We start from Jalan Sulan to Jalan Sultan Ismail, Jalan Imbi, and our destinations in Jalan Bulan. You can refer maps and the colors that symbolic to number 1, 2, 3 in this slide. Next, we go to number 1. Number 1, Jalan Raja Chulan to Jalan Sultan Ismail. It's formal, tall buildings, business suites, strong vertical lines. The vibe is clear, sheer structure, and professional. As we walk towards Jalan Sultan Ismail, things start to shift. It gets busier, louder, more traffic, more people, more movement. You can feel the city working up around you. Number 2, Jalan Sultan Ismail to Jalan Imbi. This trench is long, 80-50 meters, and full of energy. You pass by two MRT stations, so people are everywhere. Rushing, commuting is intense, but also exciting. The wide walkway and green border help soften the rush. You're still in the city, but it's starting to feel more human. Number 3, Jalan Imbi to Jalan Bulan. Then you turn into Jalan Bulan, and just like that, everything slows down. The streets narrow, the building gets lower. It's quiet, it's calm. You can hear your own footsteps again. It's like stepping out of the city into a pocket of peace. Now we move on to emotional journey graph. You can see at the bottom, at the left these slides, you can see the journey right here from calm to simulate to full excitement, then gently back down to relax, peaceful. It's not just a walk, but an emotional rhythm. We move on to the place and entity breakdown, which is each street has its own identity. Jalan Raja Chulan is business. Jalan Sultan Ismail is transitions. And Jalan Imbi is entertainment, bright light and energy. And last is Jalan Bulan, brings you back to yourself, more personal and more grounded. That's all from us. Thank you. Bye.